Here with Washington State women's rowing head coach Shane LaRiviere. Coach, your team's back in action this weekend as you head down to Dexter Lake to compete in the Pac-12 Championships. Just what are you looking forward to your team and just how excited for you for championship season?
Oh, yeah, we're really excited. We've had a really great couple of weeks of training, even though we had to train through exams and our schedule is a little wonky. We were really lucky with the weather and yeah, we've been having some really fun practices, and I really think the team is rounding into form at the right time.
It has been a couple of weeks since you've competed. You did mention you've had some exams, some finals, graduation going on here in Pullman over the last couple of weeks. Some exciting times. We've had some nice weather as well, like you've mentioned here. What are some things that you've been working on in the last couple of weeks, and what are some things that you've focused on and some things you're wanting to see out of your team going into the Pac-12 Championships?
Well, I think at this time of year, most of the conditioning is it's finished, it's done, it's in the barn. And so we're just really working on sharpness and short pieces and just really fine tuning the race plan and working different sections of it and just doing a lot of race rehearsal. So yeah, it's been really fun. And I really think that, we're picking the right time to kind of find our fastest speeds.
This will be the second straight year that the Pac-12 Championships will be held down at Dexter Lake. It's a venue that you are very familiar with your longstanding trophy race against Oregon State. You go back and forth every other year between Dexter Lake and here at the Snake River. So just how is that familiarity and just that comfortability with Dexter Lake, knowing how the water can be sometimes, kind of where to put the boats, where to sleep, where the hotel is, having that familiarity maybe as opposed to maybe some other teams heading into this weekend?
Well, I think everybody was at Pac-12 Championships last year. So I think that we all have some familiarity. What I like about it is they end up seating in a chevron pattern. So the two fastest crews, the high seats go in the middle, and then everybody sort of works out from that. And it makes, when you have a bit of a lower seed, you're not as far away from the faster groups and you don't feel like super out of where the main action is. So I'm just really excited. It's a very fair body of water, and I don't think it matters which lane you race in. And I think that's a positive for rowing and for selection and, for a multitude of reasons. I'm excited to get back there.
And the rowing championships are going to be aired live on the Pac-12 Network. It starts at 9 o'clock. Just how great is it for just the sport to have that coverage and that, that exposure and record visibility on the Pac-12 Championships? I believe this is the third or fourth straight year that the network has carried the championships, but it's always a great event, always great television.
Yeah, well, and the other thing too about rowing is that most of the Pac-12 teams are filled with international athletes, and it's great that some of the families and friends from, not just Washington, but from all over the country and all over the world get a chance to watch their person do what they spend a lot of time doing. And especially in a championship environment, I think it'll just be great for the student athletes.
And with that championship environment, every team from the Pac-12 will be there. Features 4 ranked teams, three teams actually that are ranked in the top 10. Just how exciting will that be, and just motivating will it be for your crew that weekend to just be going against some of the nation's best and going against some top teams in the nation? Yeah,
well, we always, the Pac-12 is always really strong, and every time we've ever made it to NCAAs, the speed of the field has never but surprised us, because the Pac-12 Championship will, the Stanford is going to vie for a national championship, and you can never count Washington or Cal out. And so, it's a fast field, but it's fun to be part of. And we're just going to have our best race when it matters the most and let the chips fall where they may.
All right, Coach, well, we appreciate your time. We'll talk to you after the regatta. Best of luck this weekend, and go Cougs.
Thanks, Chris. Go Cougs.